They left, the door closed. The room grew quiet. At first the silence felt like a cliff, sharp, cold, and endless. But time passed and the cliff became a path. You learned to walk it with calm steps. You worked. You healed. You began again, and then, footsteps in the corridor. A message. A name you know. They return, why? The reasons are many, but they fall into simple shapes. 9 doors anyone can see if the room is well lit. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. So we light the room. We look, not with fear, but with clarity. Door 1, the void. Shows the frame. When you were present, your care felt ordinary because it was steady. Your listening, your small kindness, your calm voice, these were beams that held up their day. When you stepped back, the room groaned. The mind redraws the map when the bridge is gone. They do not only miss you, they miss the stability that came with you. Absence teaches value with a strict hand. Door 2, nostalgia edits. The past memory is a soft painter. It keeps the gold and fades the gray. They remember late laughter, not late arguments. Warm coffee, not cold silence. Seneca warns us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. If they come back wearing the glasses of nostalgia, they may be in love with a picture, not a person. A picture needs no discipline. A person does. Ducker 3, the greener field was painted, they chased better. A new face, a new story, a brighter stage. For a while the light dazzled. Then wind and rain came, as they always do, and paint ran off the fence. They discover that novelty is not character, speed is not devotion, charm is not care. The old meadow, quiet, honest, cultivated, was not boring. It was real. They returned because shine failed the weather test. Door 4. Conscience learns to stand. Some people use distance the right way. They sit with their part. They read old messages and hear their own tone. They speak to a mentor. They change a habit, not a status line. They come back without slogans, but with specifics. I dismissed you when you said X on Y night. I have been working on it in Z way. Epictetus would nod. No man is free who is not master of himself. Mastery speaks in actions, not apologies alone. Daughter 5. Your rise rewrites their story. You did not break. You built. Your sleep improved. Your body grew stronger. Your work became deeper. Your circle grew kinder. From a distance, this looks like light. Some return out of respect for your strength. Others return because your strength makes them question their own. One is honor. The other is hunger. You can feel the difference. Door 6. Loneliness presses the button-empty evening stretch. Friends are busy. Music does not fill the room. A late-night text offers quick warmth. But loneliness is a short fire. It burns fast and leaves smoke. If their message is vague, urgent, and without plan, I miss us with no steps, then they seek relief, not repair. Relief asks you to move quick. Repair asks both to move slow. Door 7, guilt needs a key. They remember the moment they were cruel, careless, or cold. Shame grows heavy. They come back asking you to lift it. Forgiveness is noble. You can forgive in your heart and still keep your gait. If their return centers their comfort more than your well-being, the visit is about cleaning their mirror, not honoring your peace. Marcus counsels us to be unlike the harm. You can be kind, at a distance. Door 8, depth is rare. They tried easy talk in easy rooms. It felt wide but not deep. With you, words had weight. You held silence without fear. You told the truth without a show. That is rare. If they return naming this depth and offering discipline to match it, shared check-ins, clear boundaries, steady presence, then the door may open a little. Depth must be chosen daily, not only remembered. Door 9. Fear of final loss, they sense your calm. Your silence is not a game. It is a boundary. For the first time, they believe the door might truly close. Fear rises. But fear is a bad builder. It rushes, it begs, it promises too much too fast. If the fuel is panic, the engine will stall. Love that lasts enters without running. Now how do you meet the knock? First, breathe. The body wakes old stories when it sees old names. Let the storm pass through. Seneca again. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Second, ask 3 clear questions. What do they want? Comfort, control, or communion? What has changed in them that I can see, in me that I will protect? What will this cost? Time, trust, focus, and what will it build? Third, offer the courtyard, not the treasury. Begin at the threshold. Keep sacred routines, deep access, and private rooms guarded until trust shows its work. Time, truth, trade, and tenderness. Time that lasts beyond mood. Truth that names harm without excuses. Trade, real changes in habit and calendar. Tenderness at your pace, not theirs. Understand this. The point of their return is not to prove your worth. Your worth is not a vote. Your worth is breath, work, and virtue lived each day. Marcus whispers from the lamplight, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Keep that power close. If you welcome, welcome with wisdom. If you decline, decline with grace. If you wait, wait with calm. When they return, it's tempting to call it fate. To imagine the universe turning in your favor. The circle closing, the story completing itself. But the Stoic knows better. Life doesn't move in circles. It moves in lessons. They come back not because destiny demands it, but because human nature forgets value until it's gone. And your task now is not to rush toward them. It is to remain still long enough to see why they've returned. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Objective judgment now at this very moment. Unselfish action now. Willing acceptance now of all external events. This is your task. Objective judgment. Not emotion, not nostalgia. Judgment. The art of seeing things as they are, not as you wish them to be." The gate. Within, picture your heart as a walled city, quiet, ordered, alive. The people within it are your peace, your focus, your self-respect. When someone knocks on your gate, you do not throw it open out of excitement. You ask who stands there, why they've come, and whether they bring peace or confusion. This is the discipline of self-control. You do not guard your heart out of fear. You guard it out of honor. Epictetus reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To be master of yourself means knowing that you decide who enters your life. You decide who earns your time. You decide when the gates open and when they stay shut. If they return, you must see their approach not as a gift, but as a test. The storm of emotion. When their name appears again, your body remembers before your mind does. A spark in the chest, a rush of warmth, a tremor of fear. The heart races and the old story tries to begin again. Breathe. Seneca's wisdom stands firm across centuries. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. It is not their message that wounds you. It is the thousand imaginary futures your mind writes in a single heartbeat. But the Stoic refuses to live inside. Imagination. Breathe, count to 4. Let the first emotion pass like a wave. Only then can you see the tide beneath it. The truth. Ask the 3 questions. When the knock comes, ask quietly, what do they want? Comfort, control, curiosity, or connection? What has changed? In them, in me, and what we both stand for? What will this cost? Time, peace, self-respect, these questions are your armor. Answer them honestly, and the truth will show itself. If they come back to ease their guilt, it is not your job to heal it. If they come back to relive the past, it is not your role to provide it. If they come back seeking peace, let them earn it with patience, not poetry. The language of change, people speak change easily, but truth speaks in actions. When someone claims they've grown, look for the 4 languages of real transformation. Time. Change that survives silence and distance. Truth. Accountability without excuses. Trade. Sacrifice. Habits broken. Ego humbled, priorities reordered. Tenderness. Care that moves at your pace, not theirs. Words without these 4 are performance. They sound sweet, but they taste hollow. Remember Marcus's counsel. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Let your thoughts be disciplined, not desperate. Do not let sentiment rewrite reality. The courtyard, not the throne. If you choose to open the gate, open it slightly. Invite them into the courtyard. Conversation, civility, but not yet the throne room where your trust lives. Boundaries are not barriers. They are filters. They protect what is sacred. If they have truly changed, they will honor your pace. They will not rush you. They will not demand. Patience is the proof of peace. Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. The ones who rush think they already understand you. The ones who wait are learning. The return of power. Do you see the shift? Before they had power because you sought their approval. Now you have power because you seek only truth. The Stoics called this autarkia, self-sufficiency, not loneliness but wholeness. When you no longer need someone's presence to feel worthy, every relationship becomes a choice, not a chain. If they come back and you welcome them, do so from abundance, not lack. If you decline, do so with calm, not anger, because either way, you are choosing from power, not pain. Mercy, not amnesia. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is remembering without hatred. You can forgive a person and still close the gate. You can bless them and still walk away. Marcus wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury, to remain composed, gentle and just, even when you have every reason to harden, is the highest form of strength."